back to Spartan Music Monday. I'm Mikayla, and today I'm here with Olivia, talking about Renaissance by Beyonce.
Oh, yeah.
What a great pick.
I'm excited. I'm such a Beyonce girl. Like, I love her so much.
Beyonce is just, like, she's for everybody. She's, like, you know.
She's, like, that go-to artist. Like, if I'm in a car with someone and I don't know what they like, I'm playing Beyonce.
Yeah. Plus, she has, like, so many, like, hit songs that, like,
True.
you could probably play, like, the top, like, 10 in her discography, and, like, they would know.
Yeah.
So it's, like, it's not super unknown, but, yeah, should we jump into it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So we got track 1, which is I'm That Girl.
Ooh. This song was, like, a really good intro to the album. Like, it was smooth, it was chill, it was hype. And, like, it's, like, the song you could listen to if you're, like, getting ready for prom or, like, a dance or something like that.
Well, because it's just kind of like a hype girl song. Like, you're, like, hyping yourself up. You're, like, I'm that girl, you know?
Yeah.
Like, everybody needs a little bit of hype in their life.
And
So,
I love
like,
that, like, theme in this album.
Yeah.
It's all, like, hype.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. All the songs are, like, very heavily, like, just girl boss songs.
Yes.
I'm not a huge fan of the word girl boss, but it's like it applies so well to this album.
It does.
Like, as a concept, this album is like just so like girl boss.
Yeah, literally. Like, that was, like, the overarching theme. It was, like,
Yeah.
every song.
I love it. I liked how she was like, you know, she made it clear that she's that girl. It's not about who she's dating, like her man. It's not about like where she's at and like who she's friends with. It's her. She's that girl. Like it's completely like her who's, you know,
Yeah.
making her that girl. Nobody else, which is like ownership, because yes.
I totally agree. Okay.
Should we move on?
Yeah.
You can also, if you want, just like move on to the next one if you're ready.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be
The
just me.
awkward pause.
Yeah. So track number 2, we have Cozy, which, you know.
Oh my god. Cozy? I love that song. Like, it's still, like, another hype song. It's,
Yeah.
like, that was, like, almost all of the songs were. But, I just love that self-love and all that energy. It's, like, hyping women up.
I
It was, like,
agree.
an album
Yeah.
for the girls, for her fans. Like, it was perfect.
Well, because I feel like this song also, because, like, Cozy is, like, she's saying she's comfortable, she's cozy, and, like, the way that she is as a person, and, like, her identity, and all of that kind of stuff. And it's just, like, kind of a self-love anthem, which, you know, it's never a problem to have another one of those on the album. Like, those are great. I love those.
It has, like, kind of the same energy as, like, well, Lizzo's, like, old albums with, like, the hype.
Yeah.
Minus being problematic, but...
I feel like everybody's problematic now.
True. Like, why can't I listen to an artist and, like,
Right.
not have them have a shady
struggle.
past? Yeah. Crazy.
But, anyways, is there anything else we have to say about Cozy?
I don't think so.
Then we have Alien Superstar, which I thought was very futuristic. It kind of, like, tied into the whole album cover, like, the theme of it.
Yeah.
Because, like, first of all, the album cover is her sitting on, like, a silver horse, wearing this, like, little, like, outfit. Very little outfit.
Yeah.
And it's all, like, glittery and, like, holographic, and it's just, like, you know, you don't expect Beyonce to be sitting on, like, a shiny horse in this tiny little outfit just, like, serving. Like, okay.
And she
wow.
did that.
And it's,
she's
like, very futuristic. But, trying to think what I want to say about this song. I liked how this whole album was, like, very heavily inspired by, like, ballroom culture, and, like, I wrote it on here, there was, like, disco and dance music. It was all, like, post-70s, like, just heavily inspired by that era, which you could tell because a lot of the songs are very, like, disco and, like, very groovy. Like, they have that
Yes.
kind of beat to them. But this one was also very, like, she knows her worth. Like, she's so confident in herself, and she's like, I'm the only one, don't waste your time. Like, you know, I'm the one for
Exactly.
you. Like, you know,
She's just so confident about it, and I love that. It's
I
like
aspire to have
so
that
good.
level of confidence one day.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's also something so, like, charismatic about, like, seeing somebody, like, not even just an artist, but, like, somebody who's not even famous, like, in your everyday life who's, like, confident, and you're like, okay, like, I respect you because, like, you carry yourself so well.
And the thing I love about it, too, is, like, she's hyping herself up, but she's not bringing other people down.
Exactly. Which I feel like happens a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, like, some situations, like, maybe they deserve it. But, like, I feel like it's more self-fulfilling to, like, just put yourself up without comparing yourself to other people. Like, everybody's beautiful in their own way, but you don't need to, like, compare yourself to somebody else to realize that.
Exactly.
So it's just, like, you know, she's very, like, she knows she's got it going on. Like,
Like, there's a reason she chose this song as a single. Like, it was perfect.
yeah.
And, like,
I love how this whole album is so, like, groovy.
yes.
It's so, like, I just want to dance. Like, I just want to get up and, like,
I was
boogie a
listening to it for this episode, and I was, like, dancing along. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah, me too. I actually never listened to the whole album before.
Really?
Yeah, so I've listened to, obviously, like, some of the singles. But I never listened to the full album. I just don't think I got around to it. So I literally just sat in my car and listened to it, and it was definitely worth the listen.
We did, like, at the summer camp I work at, there was a dance workshop week for music camp, and almost all of the songs were Beyonce. And, like, the songs on this album bring back those memories, because they're just
She
so
knows
fun.
how to make a good, like, dance beat, like,
Yeah.
and I know, like, this is so cringy, but, like, what's the song? It's, like, oh, America Has a Problem. There is, like, this
Oh my
one
God.
dance on TikTok, which, you know, is something to say for itself, but, like, it was just so catchy.
Should we
And it
skip
was,
to that
like-
song? Like,
Well, maybe we should save it for
okay.
then, because, like, I don't want to, like, skip the rest. I still have things to say. So
Still
maybe
things to
maybe I should hold off on that thought. Just
Keep it locked
in the
in.
back. We both
Stop.
I gotta keep it in the back of my mind.
We've known each other too long.
Yeah.
Okay. What
Just a
song were we
little
on?
We were on Alien Superstar, but we can skip and go to track 4 if you want, which is Cuff It.
Cuff It? So, it is, like, the most... I think it was her first single that she released on the album.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But, so it is, like, the most played one of this album. But, like, there's a reason for that. Because it's just so... Like, the beat is amazing. And... once again, it's one of those, like, getting ready songs, like, hype.
This whole album, I feel like you could just put on and, like, just play it on, like, a speaker or something when everybody's getting ready, and it would just, like, bring the whole, like, the energy of the room just up. Because it's Beyonce, like.
Literally.
But also, did you know this song won a Grammy for the best R&B song?
No?
Yeah.
I didn't.
So
happy for her.
you know, well deserved.
She's the most awarded female artist, right?
I think so.
Yeah. At least with
makes
Grammys or
sense.
something. Yeah. She's
'Cause
iconic.
She's Beyonce. Also, I was surprised to find out that her real name is Beyonce.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't think it was?
Well, like, I think, in a way, like, Beyonce is unique, and a lot of artists, like, with names like that, their real names are, like, something very, very stupid
Like
and, like,
Sarah.
basic.
Not
Yeah.
stupid. That's not stupid.
Yeah.
But, like, it's a common name.
Yeah, not stupid. But, like, they're just very basic, and so it's almost silly when you, like, find out and you're like, oh, like, Beyonce's real name is Karen? Like, like, that's just strange. I'm trying to think of an example now. I'm, like, blanking.
Like, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I can't think of one either. But it makes sense, because, like, her sister's name is Solange. So, like,
Yeah.
she has kind of those unique names running through her family.
Yeah, I love unique names. As long as it's not, like something weird. Like, I've seen, like, it's a trend recently where I've seen so many baby names that are so odd.
Oh my God.
Like, I saw some girl on, like, my Instagram name her baby Concrete, and I don't know if that was a joke or not. It was the girl who, Have you ever seen the interview with Drake and that girl Bobby?
Yeah.
Her youngest kid is like supposedly named Concrete. I don't
It
like
can't be
necessarily
real.
believe it, but I don't want to either.
It's like Elon Musk's baby with like all the numbers and
Oh
like
my gosh.
Zerbug.
Yeah, it's like not, you can't even say that. But like, I don't know, it's like interesting too, because since I like have worked with kids for a long time, it's like the younger they get, I feel like the stranger their names start to get. And like most of the times, you know, parents get very unique, and I like how they're, you know, thinking out of the box. Sometimes though, it's a little strange.
Yeah.
Isn't Beyonce's daughter Blue Ivy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is like, it's a very different name, but I like it. I think
actually
it works
like
well. Yeah.
I think Blue Ivy, like, it's not something I would think of, like, blue and ivy together as a combination for a name, but I think it's actually pretty, like, it's pretty. I like it. It's, like, it's kind of cute.
Have you seen the videos of her like performing on stage with her mom?
No, I haven't.
There's so I forget what song it was, but like from this album, when her mom went on tour, she brought Blue Ivy with her, and there's like videos of her progressing from being like nervous to like confident, excellent choreography.
You know what that reminds me of? Is when, you know, Northwest.
Oh yeah.
So those names kind of get me, like, I don't remember. It's like North, and then there's Chicago, which I think is not, maybe they're related. Well, I think
they
they're
are.
like cousins, or maybe they're siblings. I'm not really up to date on my Kardashian family, like, history.
Drama.
But there's some really interesting ones in there.
There's like
And Stormy.
Saint. Yeah. Oh,
Saint
Stormy,
West.
I actually thought turned out really cute. Like it works for
Yeah.
her.
I think Stormy's cute, but it's definitely interesting. What did they... There was one that I'm trying to think of. They named their baby something, or it was like, I think it was Kylie.
I know what you're talking
Her son.
about.
She had a son or something, and she named
Wait,
him...
Kylie had a son.
I don't know.
What?
Maybe I'm just like... I don't know. Never mind.
I think
Yeah.
Kylie has one child.
But I thought there was like... I saw some video of her, and she had like a baby, and she was like, they named him something absurd, and then she was like, that's not his name, and so she changed his name like 90 days later. Maybe that was Kim. I'm not really sure.
Huh. It might have been.
But Saint West is still kind of weird.
Saint West?
Yeah, that's his name.
His name's Saint West.
'Cause
Oh
the
yeah,
last name is
Kanye
West.
West.
Northwest. Chicago West, I think, is his name. I don't know. It's strange.
It's
I mean, they're definitely unique. I'm not gonna hate, but I feel like sometimes people, like, they have some sort of, like, goal to be so different and so, like, have, I don't know, like, they want to be the first to, like,
yeah.
name their kid something and have their kid have a unique name. That's what happened to me when I was a kid. My mom thought my name was so unique.
They
And
love
then,
Mikayla.
yeah, she was like, she found it in the newspaper one day. She was like, I want to name her this. And then I was born, and I, like, literally grew up in, like, elementary school, going to school with, like, 3 other Mikaylas, so
I
that's
feel
usually
you.
what happens.
The Olivia struggle is so real.
Oh my gosh, Olivia is so common, though.
It's so, like, I would actually kill for a unique name, like a cute one, because it's just so annoying to have, like, 6 other people have your name,
Yeah.
and, like, to you it means something, but to them it means something totally different.
Well, it's like, some people may not get it, but it's, like, so embarrassing. Like, say you're sitting in, like, a classroom or something, and the teacher's like, Mikayla, like, something, and then you, like, turn and they're talking to somebody else.
I can't tell
Like,
you how many
just-
times I've done that.
And it's, like, understandable, but it's so embarrassing.
It's so awkward.
Or, like, I was in the bathroom one time. We're, like, going on a complete opposite
We
tangent,
really
but, like,
are.
I was in the bathroom at school one time, and some girl came in, and she's like, Mikayla, are you in here? And I said, what? And then I realized they were talking to somebody else, and I just stayed in there until they left, because I was so embarrassed.
And I bet you they all went into the big stall together.
Oh my gosh. That is a conversation for another time.
No, literally.
I just can't.
School
There's
bathroom.
been a big stall epidemic.
Like, let me use the bathroom in peace, please.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I have a story to tell you later, but yeah. Anyways, we should get back to Beyonce.
Okay.
Next, we have track number 5, which is Energy, featuring Beam.
Mm-hmm.
So, this one was also co-written by a bunch of different artists, including Pharrell Williams.
Ooh.
So, isn't he the guy who wrote Happy?
Yeah.
Because that's my first thought that I had when I realized that.
You thought it sounded like Happy?
No.
Oh.
When I found out it was Pharrell Williams, not the
Isn't
song.
that the guy who wrote Happy?
Yeah, from Despicable Me. I used to have that song on my iPod.
I remember that. Along with, like, the
times.
Mac Z song that was, like, the Girl Party.
Oh my gosh. Girl Party is still, like, a bop, though.
It is. I
It's
listened
so,
to it.
But, yeah. So, this song... Also, this song is very, like... It not only hints, but it, like, directly, like, just, like, calls out some political stuff. Which, like, I'm not gonna get into all of that, but it was very interesting because, like, Beyonce's never been shy about her, like, political views, which I think is semi-important considering the things that have been going on in our country. But I thought it was funny because I didn't realize this until I was, like, doing my research, that the lyric that's, like, voting out 45 was about Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
It was about voting out the 45th president, which is Donald Trump. Which, you know.
I love when artists, like, kind of hide that in there, where it's, like, they're using lyricism to convey their views without just being like, hey, I want to do this.
Yeah.
It's creative.
And also, like, she, like, mentioned something about, like, Karens becoming terrorists. And it kind of hinted at, like, the whole Capitol riot thing, which is, like... Okay, Beyonce, because I feel like a lot of people forgot about that. Like, that's not normal.
No, that is not something
Like,
to forget about.
There's a lot of things that have happened recently that are just a bit crazy.
Yes. And Energy is probably my favorite song on the album.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I love it.
But I wouldn't say it's my favorite. My favorite is farther into the track list, but we'll get to that.
Okay. I like also the Afro beats and like the disco, like the combination of both on Energy was like, it was perfect.
Yeah, she really knows how to like take a couple of different ideas and like concepts and like mesh them together. Even just with like the like music and not even the lyrics, it's just like very cohesive.
Yes, I totally agree. That was yes.
Okay. Then we have Break My Soul, which is track number 6. This one also makes me want to dance because it's very groovy. But,
the message. I love, like, the message. It's all about, like, no matter the things that life takes me through, you won't break my soul. I'm going to keep going. And I love that message. I love when songs are about that.
I agree. I think it was very interesting because also this song has, like, it kind of hints to it being about, like, work and like how like your whole life you're expected to work like a 9 to 5 and how it's exhausting, and you know we're expected to live that way because if you don't then you're not really gonna afford a way to live. And so like she mentioned something about working 9 to 5 and she just quit her job and like how they work her too hard and they break her soul but they won't do it anymore. So it was kind of like, you know, understandable. Like I've never worked a 9 to 5, but I feel like, you know, it still sucks, especially when as an adult, like, you get out of school and then immediately after you get out of school and, like, college and stuff, you have to go and get a 9 to 5 job for the rest of your life. And it's like you get, a week or 2 off every year. Like, that's pretty sad.
It's crazy. And
Just
it's
to
not
live.
always like that. And, like other countries have way more time off than we do, which is crazy.
Yeah. But, like, I kind of get it, because nobody really wants to work.
I know.
So, like, I understand. Like, if I didn't have to work, I would so gladly take that road.
Yeah.
Like, same thing with, like, super rich people. I was talking with my mom about this the other day. Like, it just annoys me so much that, like, rich people who, like, make their fame off of, like, music or, like, their businesses, like Elon Musk, for example, they have money that even if they tried to spend it all, they couldn't in their entire lifetime. And it's just, like, why wouldn't you want to give that back to people who
Yes.
could actually use it?
Well, the other thing too is I hate that people kind of fuel like the ego that can come with that, and they fuel like the amounts of money going towards these people, because like there's so much that's crazy about a life in the spotlight, like paparazzi. Like
Oh
you
my
see those
gosh.
videos where they're like right in everyone's business, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah. That's another thing I was talking to my mom about. Because you know how, like, Taylor Swift and, like, Travis Kelce, who's
Yeah.
on, like, the Chiefs or whatever,
Mhm.
they're, like, dating or whatever. So, like, there was a big thing about her and her ex-boyfriend, Joe Alwyn, who broke up because, like, he hated being in the spotlight. And the thing about Taylor Swift is she's arguably, like, one of the most famous people in the world. And so, like, for her, she literally can't even go out to just get food or something without people following her and without people posting about it. So, like, God forbid that you actually exist as a person when you have that much fame and people perceive you as a person, because like people would really like, they just idolize celebrities and stuff, which is like not what life is supposed to be about. Like, I feel bad because I just feel like it does not seem like fun being followed by paparazzi all the time, or just like not even be able to go like somewhere without having people take pictures of you,
Exactly.
because that's another part of it.
And like especially the like for example Blue Ivy, like growing up in the spotlight where your parent is that famous,
Yeah.
that must be crazy. Like your awkward phase is publicized. Like me,
Exactly.
if I was in middle school, that is getting shown to everyone in the
I know,
entire
there are
world.
things that I, like, did in middle school, like, phases I went through, that, like, if I was in that sort of, like, celebrity spotlight just because my parents were famous, I, like, would never recover from that, because that stuff is on the internet forever,
Mhm.
and, like, people will keep bringing it up just because it's funny, and I feel like at the same time, there's definitely advantages to having, like, wealthy families and, like, parents who can support you in that
That's
kind of
true.
way, because a lot of people don't have that advantage, and so like when you grow up in that spotlight, yeah, you do have like more opportunities, but at the same time, like, you don't get to have the same social life, the same, like, you know, growing up in like school and stuff, like it's just different.
Yeah,
So
it's a completely different world.
yeah, it's kind of sad. There's like two sides, but
I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
We should
All
probably
right.
move faster,
Yes.
because like I keep going on our rant. Okay, then we have Church Girl. Oh my god.
This is just like a fun song, dance vibes. And I don't know if you've ever seen the clip, but there's when Beyonce had her like huge Coachella stage, she brought on her sister Solange, and they did like a really cute dance to this song. Well, it wasn't cute. It was like it was perfect, but
Yeah.
this had like that energy, and I'm not sure if some of the samples from that like little dance came onto this song, but they were very similar.
See, this song was interesting to me because it like starts off kind of like a gospel song. Like, it's a mix between gospel and like hip hop almost. So it's like very much, it sounds religious, and then you get into it with the beat and everything. And then like some of the lyrics, like she says, I feel like I moved mountains, which is like kind of a reference to like God and stuff, because a lot of times like in like Christian songs and stuff, because obviously I know about this because of my family and my experience in the church, but like, you know, a lot of the songs, like the lyrics say like he moves the mountains and stuff like that. And then also it was very interesting to me because like Beyonce has a bit of a different outlook on like religion, I guess, and so her like perspective on this is she's like, we'll still go to church on Sunday morning, but I want to have fun on Saturday night. So she's saying like what, like all this stuff that she's gonna do, like she's gonna dance, and like even church girls deserve a little fun.
Yeah, like you can be both.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be one or the other.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting, and she like mixed the like gospel music and the hip hop very well, because it was like you could, once the beat kind of started to pick up, you could still hear like the kind of like, I don't even know how to explain it, like the music in the background that's like, oh.
Oh, like the gospel
Yeah.
choir voices. Yeah.
Yeah. This song was very interesting, though. I didn't hate it.
You didn't hate it?
No.
You didn't like it, apparently.
No, I did. It wasn't my favorite, but it was...
That's fair. Yeah.
And then we have Plastic Off the Sofa.
I liked this song because it had that soulful, vocal... Like, it was the vocal-focused song that we needed. Because a lot of the album is just, like, fun, dancey songs. And so it's nice to, like, for her to come on and you to hear her voice and her vocal talent again.
Yeah, I like this song a lot. It took a very different turn, like you said, from, like, the hip-hop and the upbeat and, like, the very, like, it girl kind of music. And it, like, this song was very, like, soft jazz. And it was, like, supposed to be more of, like, a love song for her husband, Jay-Z.
We don't talk about it.
And it was basically like, I did my research on this album.
You did.
It was basically like an ode to her fans, telling them that like they could back off because like she forgave him for cheating on her.
Yeah.
And like the meaning behind it is like taking off the plastic off the sofa. It means like you're ready to use the sofa. So it's like she's ready to like get into like the relationship with him again. And she also won a Grammy for it, for Best Traditional R&B Performance. I
like that she kind of addressed it in a song, because she also, like, when she was making albums with Jay-Z, I know there was some, like, flack for that, but
yeah.
The songs were good. So.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with the message going towards Jay-Z. I think she could really channel her love towards someone better for her. But, like, I guess the heart wants what it wants. Like, I don't know. I feel like...
We don't know enough.
Yeah.
Like, if it was my friend, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh, that's a whole different thing. If it was one of my friends and they, like... Basically, all we know about the Beyonce situation is he cheated on her, and she went back to him. And if one of my friends did that, then we would have a problem. I would be giving them, like, real crap for it. But I feel like we also don't know enough about the situation. Not saying that I excuse cheating, like, with certain reasonings or, like, you know, details. But at the same time, like, different people, I guess, forgive different things. So just because I say I think cheating is unforgivable, I mean, maybe Beyonce thinks different.
Oh my
god.
Like, who says
What?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of people that'd be like, oh yeah, cheating is fine. Like, ooh.
Beyonce.
I don't know. I mean, probably a lot of her decision was, like, family-based, and, like, they... have known each other forever and, like, built a whole, I guess, career kind of together, and, like, their families.
Yeah, because they did a lot of, like, work together. But at the same time, I feel like even if they've repaired the relationship, I personally think that cheating is a big, big thing that, like, really kind of throws a wrench in things. So, like...
Like, how can you ever trust them?
Exactly.
Again?
It becomes a big trust issue. Then you have to forgive them, and then you're stuck with that, like, almost trauma after you forgive them. Even, like, and the thing is, too, that I hear from, like, obviously teenage, like, relationships not perfect. I've had a lot of friends who've been cheated on, and it's, like, even if you did forgive them, like, you're still always gonna have it in the back of your mind, and you're still always gonna worry about it. And, like, I feel like at the same time, you're not really allowed to be upset about it because the other person is just like, I thought you were over this. And it's like, you know, men aren't really as forgiving as women.
No. So, like, if it was the opposite, who knows what would have happened.
Exactly. And you know that, like, so many people would have been, like, hating on Beyonce for that and be like, you know better. But of course, it's Jay-Z, and it's like, you know, he's just a man.
That being said, I do love his music.
It's okay.
Sorry, not sorry.
You can love the music, hate the artist.
True.
You know, it happens a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
You know, nobody's safe. Because apparently there's, you know, a lot of things that we don't know.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting canceled. It's like, I don't know what to do.
Cancel culture in itself is, like, its own thing, though. Like, sometimes it's completely unnecessary. Like, because I think we deserve to give people the space to learn from their actions and to change.
Yeah.
But all the, like, fake apologies and then people not changing, it's like, what do you want?
Yeah, it's like usually too, I feel like a lot of times with celebrities is they don't really learn from it. They just see all the like negative attention they're getting, like they're losing followers or they're losing an audience, and they're like, crap, and their marketing team is like, quick, we gotta put something out on your Instagram story, and it's like a black screen, and it's like, I wanted to apologize for my actions in the past. I know they weren't right, and I want to fix my behavior. I hope you guys understand.
And the fake tears.
Yeah. And I just feel like I agree. People should be given the space to grow, but also, like,
Yeah.
also be held accountable.
Mm-hmm. Like, you know better.
Oh my gosh. And then we have Virgo's Groove, which is so my song, because obviously I'm a Virgo.
True.
But so is Beyonce. I really liked, I don't know if the whole album does this, because I didn't really notice. I think it does. But, like, I liked how the ending of Plastic Off the Sofa and Virgo's Groove, there was no cut. It, like, just blended into each other. And it was very, very groovy. And it was basically just about, like, love and, like, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It was just, like, a happy, good song. And just, yeah, it was all about being in love and that feeling you get from it.
Yeah, I liked the song a lot. It was still very groovy. She's definitely kept that theme throughout the album of the grooviness.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have Move featuring Grace Jones and Thames, which was also very much like a female empowerment song. Very like Hot Girl Summer.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know, had a great beat. And it was just like, she was like, move.
She was like,
She was telling you, like, move.
It had the very, I don't know what a word for this is, but, like, you know that song by RuPaul that it's like, da-na-na-na-na-na-na, wow.
Yeah.
It's like, it had that same energy, where it's like, you just get up and you're, like, whacking or something, and you're like, oh my god, I love this song.
Yeah, I feel like it has that same vibe as, like, just the, like, runway walk music. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
you know.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
I
But
know.
Then we have Heated, which starts off very, like, soft and, like, I thought it was very angelic. Like, it was very, like, soft and, like,
Yes.
pretty. And then it gets into the beat, and she's, like, it's kind of about her, like, stepping away from the fame, and she's, like, she's got to cool down because she's heated. And then it's, like, kind of shows what, like, being in the spotlight is like. And it makes sense because she also took, like, a break from her solo career from, like, 2016 was, like, her last release until now. So, like...
Besides the, Lion King album.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, that wasn't, like, it was, like, for a movie.
Lion King.
Lion King.
Yeah. Like, her solo release.
Yeah.
But...
My favorite, like, technical part of the song, it's not... I don't know what it's called. It's not scatting, but it was, like, the way she was using words as, like, not words, kind of sounds as part of the lyrics.
Yeah.
Like the, you know, when people use, like, do's as, like, part of their thing.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it's called, but I liked that too. It was very, like, I don't know. I liked it, though. And then we got Thick, which is not spelled Thick, it's Thique. The beginning, I have to say, very interesting. Can't go into detail about why I did that, because, you know. But it was a very, it's a very interesting song. It's about, like, she's flexing off her body and, like, her figure and her shape, which, you know, goes with the title Thick.
Yeah.
It was originally made in 2014 with, like, a co-writer, but they sat on it until this album, so it was kind of, like, finished for a while.
Which I think is interesting, because I think it kind of would have given similar vibes to, like, Formation. Because they kind of have similar... well, actually, they don't have similar themes, but...
Yeah.
I think it was interesting that they saved it just for this album.
Yeah. I liked it. It was interesting. Not sure I was a big fan of the noises, but like, you know, it's Beyonce. She can do whatever she wants. So
Yeah.
there's also another song. I think it was Pure/Honey, that had the same kind of technical thing.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But up next we have All Up in Your Mind, which I really liked this one. I would say this is one of my favorites just because, like, the beat in the beginning is very, like, sinister and, like, almost, like, okay, what's coming next? Like, it's, like, anticipating, I think is the word. And it's, like, about her trying to get someone's attention, I think. And she's, like, being a little bit, like, snarky. Like, she's being manipulative because she's, like, she starts off being, like, you know, you need me, like, all this stuff, like, trying to convince him, you know, get his attention. And then third verse, she jumps right in. She's like, he can't live without me. And, like, she knows that she's the problem. And I'm just like, dang, Beyonce.
Okay, babe.
Like, wow.
I had the exact same thoughts about the intro that you did. I loved the intro because the sounds just come together and it, like, sticks in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was thinking about that beat during the next song.
Yeah, it was very nice. It was different from, like, the kind of groovy, like, disco vibe, and it was more of kind of like a, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it was just more of, like, a beat instead of being, like, super complex. It was just very, like, it started off very basic and then it got more complex as it went on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have number 14, which is America Has a Problem, which is the one we were talking about.
So many thoughts on this song. First of all, I love it. It's, like, again, the TikTok thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's catchy, and, yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's so
annoying,
catchy,
but...
though. So, like, I understand why it's popular.
Mm-hmm.
Because while it is, like, one of those songs that's become, like, a TikTok song, which...
It's
you
not,
know,
first of all.
It, like, introduced me to the album, because I have listened to a couple of the other songs, just not the whole album as a whole, and I really liked this one. It's probably my top 3 in the album, just because, like, this one's still very, like, groovy, but it's, like, super upbeat, and it, like, the lyrics, too, the lyrics follow the beat, so it's kind of, like, it's just so catchy. I love it. And I said it has the most danceability.
Yeah, that's
like,
definitely
that's a word
true.
now, but...
Danceability.
Yeah.
I really love the remix with Kendrick, because the song's exactly the same, but just his verse in the beginning adds a lot. But the main thing I like about this song is the message it holds. So kind of like for example, her song Formation, where it was a big political message, rooted into this song, and this message is kind of, from what I've seen, it's about, like, drug use. And, like, that being, like, the problem.
I mean, that would make sense, because she keeps saying it don't get higher than this. And,
yeah.
like, in the beginning, she says something about, like, come and get high or something.
And she wraps up that message as, like, a love story, where, like, the
Yeah.
woman's, like, the drug.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea, actually.
Me too.
That's cute. And then we have track number 15, which is Pure/Honey. Which also has some very interesting additions to it.
Additions.
I felt like the beat, this one was very much Runway Walk to me. Because, have you ever heard of, like, Azalea Banks? Yeah, it's very much that. It reminds me of her a lot, just because the beat felt like I just put on, like, some 6-inch high heels and I'm about to go, like, strut down like a Victoria's Secret, like, model.
Runway.
Like, it's just so, like, catchy, and I feel like you could just walk to it.
I think the exact same thing, but to me it's more like dance battle energy, but with, like,
Dance
tutting and
battle.
whacking and stuff.
Oh my gosh. That reminds me of our dance battles that we used to do. Yeah.
Those are really embarrassing.
You know what Jocelyn sent me the other day? She sent me a video at my 7th grade pool party when we broke up into groups and we started making dances. And her and Her and Phaedra were in a group and they kept
I was the videographer for that group.
It's quite the time.
Mm.
But yes, I like the song a lot. It was very much a hot girl song.
It was.
And then we end off the album strong with Summer Renaissance, which makes sense because, you know, Renaissance is the album and it came out in the summer, and it's like very much like a disco love song, and it samples Donna Summer, which is technically the queen of disco.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like that was very fitting.
I loved the Donna Summer sample. I loved the song I Feel Love, which is what it sampled from. So it kind of has that like nostalgia, and it's, to me, it seems kind of like an ode to like all the 70s artists that had this kind of music and brought this kind of genre together. So it's kind of like a little nod to them.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I thought it was very cute, and like the lyrics, stepping aside from like the musical aspect, the lyrics, she's just talking about how she wants to settle down. She's talking about like getting a house and a ring, which is kind of cute because I feel like, you know, it's just relatable.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
no, I just feel like, you know how like as kids, like, not guys so much, but like girls, like ever since you were little, probably, at least for like me and a lot of people that I know, it's like you've always wanted to like just get married and like have a husband, and so like the first boy you ever liked in like second grade, you like thought you were gonna get married, that kind of thing. Did you ever like plan out your wedding with like when you were like 7?
I found a Google, you know how we had to use like Google Hangouts to talk to each other on our Chromebooks in middle school?
Yeah.
I sent Grace a picture of these like boring pink dresses from the internet, like Google search, and I was like, these are gonna be my bridesmaid dresses. You'll be one of them.
Well, I feel like it's such a dream. Like, as a little girl, all you want to do is like become a bride and like just get married. I don't know why it's like that, but like
not anymore.
Yeah. But overall, I really like this album. I felt like cohesively it like went together, and it was very like much like a statement album instead of just being like a bunch of different songs with different meanings. They all kind of tied into the same general meaning, which I liked. How do you feel about it?
What's your like rating of it out of 10?
Out of 10? So we do out of 10 Spartan stars.
Oh, 10 Spartan stars.
That was something me and Lexi came up with, but I'd say maybe a 7 or an 8. It's like probably an 8. So I'll just like wait. 8? I forgot a finger. What would you say?
I also gave it like an 8 or an 8.5 because I absolutely love like the summery dance vibes, and you can tell she had fun like writing all of this. It was like, it was her escape. It was perfect. But it wouldn't get a 10 from me because like in comparison to her other albums, there was less like lyricism. Like there was definitely some great lyrics, but there was less like deep meaning, and most of it was just fun songs. And that all the songs really blended well together, but sometimes a little too well. Like I would have loved like a couple of different sounds.
I agreed. I like how she threw a couple different tracks in there that sounded a little different, but I felt like as a whole the album was a little repetitive. Not saying the songs in the album aren't great, because like I love all these songs, and I think like each one individually is very well produced, but I feel like when compared to each other, there's like, it's just very repetitive with like the beat in some of them and the whole like disco, but I don't hate it. I'm not saying I didn't like it, just maybe like I would have liked it better or given it a higher rating if she maybe mixed it up a little bit. But I thought it was a great album regardless. Beyonce never fails.
Beyonce can never let us down. Like I love her music. I just think like there's other albums that I love so much of her, and like this album didn't have one stick out song. Like her other albums, like there's like Single Ladies, that's like the stick out song. Oh my gosh. Or like Formation.
That song reminds me of Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah.
Don't they sing that? The Chipettes?
Do they sing Single Ladies?
I think so.
With their high pitch, like, Matthew Gray Goobler voices, not the Chipettes, like Alvin. or something like that.
Or Simon or
yeah,
whatever.
one of them. Yeah, he's in
crazy.
everything.
Yeah. Okay, anything else you have? Do you have any hot takes?
No. I think Beyonce, a lot of people tend to say she's, like, overrated, but I think she deserves all of the hype she gets.
Yeah.
Like, she's worked so hard for, all of her fame, and she's not a bad person. I mean, I've never met her, but she has a personality that I like.
I've never met her, but...
An image
I feel
that
like
I like.
Out of most celebrities, like, there's definitely some who, like, are either nepotism babies, so, like, you know, they profited off of, like, their parents' fame, but at the same time, I feel like her fame is very well-deserved, and I feel like she's also got a unique kind of, like, feel to her music that you don't really find in other places. Even if she takes inspiration, she, like, tends to make it her own, which I like a lot.
The other thing, too, is she's an all-around artist. Like, she doesn't, like, her lyrics are great, and, like, obviously she gets help with that, but so does, like, everyone else.
Yeah.
She's obviously an excellent singer. Like, take off the auto-tune, she'd sound exactly the same.
Yeah.
But most importantly, she's an excellent performer. Like, she's a born performer.
Yeah. She could put on a show.
Like, her dancing, her stage presence, and that's something I think so many other artists lack. It's like you can't see the joy that they have for performing, or they just stand there and they look so awkward, like they can't dance.
Like, I understand, say you have like a slower song and you're like sitting on a stool with your guitar, you can still at least look like you're enjoying it.
Literally.
But like, yeah, I feel like I definitely agree, she definitely can put on a show and be very successful at it, especially with her dancing.
Yeah,
I love a good dance.
Like, have you ever seen her dance battle at the when Coldplay had the halftime show?
No.
And then, there was, like, a dance battle between her and Bruno Mars, and it was, like, she was doing Formation. I've talked about that song way too many times
That's
today.
okay.
But she was doing Formation, and Bruno was doing Uptown Funk, and, like, their dance battle, it was so cute.
That's cute. I like that. I'll have to, like, look it up on YouTube.
Yeah. I kind of stole the halftime show away from Coldplay, but...
That's alright. That's what Beyonce does. I should have expected it.
True.
But anyways, thank you for coming on. I enjoyed this a lot.
Thanks
I
for
enjoyed talking
having
about
me.
Beyonce. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye!